Yesterday we started the 8th chapter, which is about the trade restrictions or the tariff. And we studied about the tariff. Tariff is a tax which is imposed on any commodity which is crosses the national boundary, and our focus is on the import tariff, which is on the imported commodities. We saw the partial equilibrium analysis of a tariff. Was discussed for a small nation which cannot affect the international prices for a small industry, so it will not affect any domestic prices. And we saw this small nation is importing the commodity X. It is the domestic supply curve of X, and it is importing commodity X, and DX is the domestic demand curve. And SF is the foreign supply curve. Before trade, its equilibrium was at E, and with free trade, its price was $1, and this nation was consuming 70 units of X, and after opening of trade, it was consuming 70 units. From these 70 units, 10 units were produced domestically, and the 60 units were imported from abroad. After the imposition of tax or the tariff, the price increased 100% tariff from $1 to $2, and the imports restricted, and the consumption is also reduced due to the higher prices, and domestic production was increased from the 10 units to 20 units. And government collected the revenue, which was about $30. So now we will see what are the effects of the tariff on the consumer and the producer surplus, and the overall effect, cost and benefits of the tariff. The increase in the price of the commodity X from the $1 to the $2 as a result of the 100% tariff Nation 2 imposes on the importation of the commodity X leads to reduction in consumer surplus and increase in the producer surplus. Consumer surplus is the area above the market price below the demand curve, while the producer surplus graphically it's an area below market price and above the supply curve. So before the imposition of tariff, price of commodity X was $1, and the consumer was consuming 70 units. If we only consider the demand curve of the domestic demand curve of the Nation 2 for the commodity X. So after the imposition of tariff, when price increased to $2, our domestic consumption decreased from 70 units to 50 units. So, and the price, total consumer surplus before the imposition of tariff was the area R, B, and A. After the imposition of the tariff, consumer surplus left G, H, and R. This area G, H, B, and A is reduced from the consumer surplus. Some of this area is added to the producer surplus. These are in the form of the dollar. Here we see it in the form of the area. When the price increased was $1, producer surplus was below this price. Or after the price, which is $2 now, after the tax, now producer surplus has increased to ACJG, which is above the supply curve and below the new market price. So consumer surplus has decreased about $60, and the producer surplus has increased about the $15, which is received by the domestic producer. In the left panel in this figure, consumer surplus is explained, and the right panel we are seeing the increase in producer surplus. Here it is the decrease in the consumer surplus, and it is increase in the producer surplus. So keeping in mind the changes in the consumer and the surplus, changes in the consumer surplus and the producer surplus, we may explain the cost and benefits of a tariff. Here, after the imposition of the 100% tariff, consumption falls from the 70x to 50x. X axis पे आप commodity X के units हमने लिए हैं, और Y axis पे price of X है. So it is the same diagram, but now we'll explain that the decrease in the consumer surplus after the tariff, how it is distributed among the other factors or the other, for example, as the producers or to the government. So A, B, and G is decrease in consumer surplus, and the decrease in total consumption is from 70 units to 50 units. Now we can divide this decrease in consumer surplus in 4 parts. One is A, which is, if we calculate it, is equal to $15. $15 plus this is a triangle which is given or represented by B, which is equal to $5. And again, this area M and Hj, which is these 30 units multiplied by the increased tax, which is equal to $30, which is equal to M and Hj. And again, it is area which is presented with the D is equal to $10. Now we see that the decrease in the consumer surplus can be divided into these 4 parts A, B, C, and D. From these parts, A, which is equal to $15, is added to the producer surplus. And these $30 which are received from the consumers are given to the government or goes to the government. But B, which is equal to $5, and this D, which is the consumption loss and it is the production loss, these are equal to $15, and these are called the dead weight loss. These are the costs of the tariff. This is the production dead weight loss and it is the consumption dead weight loss. Production dead weight loss arise because the domestic producer is not that much efficient. It was producing by commodity, but after the increase of the commodity X, after the tax, it is start producing the commodity X, but the efficiency is not that much. And this is the consumption dead weight loss, which arise because price of relative price of X and Y is distorted artificially after the tax. Here detail is given again. The production increases from AC 10x to GJ, which is the 20 units. Import declines from the CB, which was the 60x before the tax, to JH, which is 30x now. Here is the diagram JH, which was CB before the imposition of the taxes. The government of the nation too collects MJHN, which is equal to $30 in imports duties. Furthermore, consumer surplus declined by AGHB. Here it is AGHB. And the producer surplus increases by AGJC, which is equal to $15. Figure 8.3 shows that of the reduction of the consumer surplus can be shown as A plus B plus C plus D, which is total is equal to $60. From these $60, MJHN, which is equal to C, is equal to $30, is collected by the government in the form of the tax in the form, and it is the government revenue. And AGJC, which is equal to A, is redistributed to the domestic producer of the commodity X in the form of increased producer surplus or the rent. While the remaining $15, which is the sum of the area of the triangle CJMB or HNB, which is equal to D, represent the protection cost or the dead weight loss to the economy. The production component, which is equal to CJM, which is equal to B, which is $5 in this example. It is the protection cost or the dead weight loss which arise because with the tariff, some domestic resources are transferred from the most efficient production of the commodity Y to the less efficient production of the importable commodity, which is X. Domestically ये producer इन resources से पहले Y produce कर रहे थे, लेकिन जब X पे टैक्स लगा और इसकी domestic price increase हुई तो कुछ resources जो कि Y की production में more efficient थे वहां से निकाल के X की production में लगाए गए. So due to decrease in efficiency, this dead weight loss arises. The consumption component of the dead weight loss or of the protection arises because the tariff artificially increased the price of commodity X in relation to the commodity Y, and it distorts the natural pattern of the consumption in the nation too. So the tariff redistribute income from the domestic consumer to the domestic producer क्योंकि prices increase हो जाती है of the commodity. And again, from the abundant factor to the nation's scarce factor. This leads to the inefficiencies referred to as a protection cost or the dead weight loss of the tariff. The theory of tariff structure we'll see tomorrow. Any question, bacho? So today we studied effect of a tariff on consumer and the producer surplus and about the costs and benefits of the tariff. The increase in the price leads to reduction in consumer surplus and it will increase the producer surplus. In the diagram, we will see that the loss of the consumer surplus is equal to $60, and before the tariff, consumer was consuming 70 units of commodity X at price which was equal to $1. Consumer pay for each unit as much as they were willing to pay for the last 70th unit. This make the consumer surplus that he pay for all the previous unit the price which he is willing to pay for the last unit. Consumer, however, receive more satisfaction and are willing to pay higher price for the earlier units, but they don't pay higher price for the earlier units. They pay the same price for the previous unit which they are paying for the last unit. So the consumer surplus is the difference between what consumers are willing to pay for each unit of the commodity and what they actually pay. In this diagram, in the left panel, on x-axis commodity X and y-axis the price of the X in dollars, and when the price increased from the 1 to 2, consumer surplus decreased by the area A, B, H, G. And when the price increased from $1 to $2, producer surplus increased by the area A, C, J, G. And we will use this concept to study the cost and benefits of the tariff. With the tariff, price rises from $1 to $2 and purchase decline from the 70x to only 50x. And consumer pay now AGHZ, which is equal to $100 for the 50x. Consumer surplus shrinks from ARB $122.5 to $62.5, which is if we present it by the area, it will be equal to AGHB we saw in the previous slide, $60. And in the right panel, we saw about the producer surplus. The increase in the rent or the producer surplus resulting from the tariff is given by the shaded area, which is equal to $15. And at free trade, price was $1. Domestic producer produced 10 units and received OACV, which was equal to the $10. Now it is receiving 20. With the tariff and price is equal to $2, the producer now produces 20 units of X and it receives $40. Of the $30 increase in the revenue of the producer, $15 represent the increase in their cost of production, while the remainder represent the increase in the producer surplus. Producer surplus is a payment that need not to be made in the long run in order to induce domestic producer to supply 10x with the tariff. Consumer will be willing to, producer will be willing to supply this commodity at the previous price at the lower price in the long run, but in the short run, to producer which is less efficient in the production of this commodity to made him to supply that commodity artificially, price has increased with the tax, so producer will then supply this commodity and producer surplus has increased. Producer surplus is referred as the subsidy effect of the tariff. Cost and benefits are presented with this diagram. Decrease in consumer surplus is equal to A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 60 units. And from these 60 units are $60, MJHN, which is $30, which is equal to C, is the tariff revenue which is collected by the government, and AGJC is equal to $15 is the producer added to the producer surplus, while CJM, which is equal to B, and BHN, which is equal to D, total $15 represent the protection cost or the dead weight loss to the economy. The production component of the dead weight loss arises because with the tariff, some domestic resources are transferred from the more efficient production of exportable commodity by to less efficient production of the importable commodity. Here in this diagram, A, B, H, G, total decrease in consumer surplus, which is equal to A plus B plus C plus D. And from this total, A is equal to $15 goes to producer, C is equal to $30, M and H, J goes to the government as a revenue, and B and D are the dead weight loss of production, where B is the rise due to the inefficiency in the production, and D arises because the artificial increase in price and which distort the relative prices of the two commodity, and it disturbs the pattern of the consumption. So the consumption component of the dead weight loss arises because the tariff artificially increase the price relative to the Y of X and distort the pattern of consumption. In sum, the tariff redistribute income from the domestic consumer to domestic producer and from the nation abundant factor, which was producing exportable, which was the commodity Y, to the nation scarce factor, which is now producing importable commodity, which is X. This leads to inefficiencies referred to as the dead weight loss of the tariff. Theory of tariff structure, we will start tomorrow. Any question?